If moisturizers actually fix dry hair, people would no longer be looking for answers, but they are. You're just buying more products, layering them on top of each other, and wondering why nothing is working, nothing's sticky. Well, the products are. The truth is, a lot of the things that you've been taught about moisturizing hair are incomplete. Not wrong, just missing the part that actually determines if whether or not your hair breaks or whether or not you retain it, if whether or not it's dry or retaining moisture and hydration. So today we're going to talk about what's actually happening to your hair fiber and why moisturizing alone is not fixing it. Why do people feel stuck?
Don't take it personal, that's just Sandal's way. She speak with love, but don't sugarcoat what she say.
People are searching for things like, why is my hair still dry? How in the world is my hair breaking and it's moisturized? Why are my ends thinning? And again, like we always keep talking about, why can I not retain length? Why am I not able to retain length? This is because the experiences are not matching the facts that they've been given. Their hair looks soft, feels really moisturized at first. Even though it feels moisturized, it dries really quickly and tangles up even faster. And to make matters worse, again, whatever you do, your hair is breaking anyway. That disconnect pushes people to use and buy more products. That's why under your cabinet right now, it looks like a mini beauty supply store. Not Sally's, like the hood beauty supply store. This is not a product problem, but a stress and friction problem. So next, let's get into dry hair versus stress. This is the thing that confuses people. Your hair does not behave the way that your skin does. Hair is a keratin fiber, so it's not like your body. It doesn't drink moisture. Your hair does not drink water. Actually, your hair is going to absorb and release moisture based on your cuticles condition, friction, tension, and the frequency and consistency of your hair's handling. How often are you doing your hair, girl? How often are you combing it? So your hair can feel extremely soft on the surface, but can be really critically damaged underneath, starving. This is why you're saying that your hair feels moisturized, but it's still breaking. Softness is a surface condition, but the strength is something that your hair is going to maintain over time. This is why my favorite thing to say is everything works until it doesn't. So, where is all of this breakage actually happening? So, I know right now you're probably assuming that your hair is breaking or your hair would break because it's dry, right? But that's not always true, because a lot of the breakage, the majority of the breakage is happening when your hair is wet, swollen, and curly hair is swollen when it's wet, tangled under tension, or repeatedly combed and manipulated in ways that it's not supposed to be, like when it's wet with conditioner. In other words, doing styling. You don't get mad at me, you're not really styling right. So think about it. Your breakage is normally happening right after your wash days, not before. Your hair does not fail and break and fall off because it lacks moisture. It fails when the friction and tension is way more than your hair can actually withstand. Your hair can only take so much. This brings me to our next question. Why are our ends breaking the fastest? That ain't right. We've talked about this before. Your ends are the oldest part of your hair. They're the most exposed and the most weathered. They're the oldest. So when you accumulate a whole bunch of stress on your hair, what's going to show it first? The weakest link, which is the ends. This is why people notice dry ends or thinning ends, the lack of length or tension, and breakage, constant breakage on your ends. So stop looking for a magic product. Your ends are not betraying you. They're telling you what's happening on the rest of your hair shaft. Your ends are going to be the first thing that gives you a sign before you get a bald spot, anything. Your ends are going to display it first. You have to pay attention. This is why cosmetologists are so gung-ho about you getting a trim, because the state of your ends is going to reflect the state of the rest of your hair shaft and what's going on. But if you know that, you can kind of connect the dots on why certain groups of women are having a hard time retaining length. So this is the cold part, because I'm trying to figure out why moisture alone is not enough. That shouldn't that be enough? Moisturizers do not fail because they're bad. They fail because they're not meant to do the thing that you think that they're doing. They cannot stabilize a damaged hair fiber. They can't. Oils cannot cancel out your friction. It won't do it. Creams that sit on top of the hair shaft and block the cuticle cannot do anything to support the bonds that hold the hair shaft together. They can't. The molecules aren't small enough to make it into the cortex. And on top of that, worst part of it all, layering products on top of each other is eventually gonna get on your scalp, and that's gonna lead to balding and inflammation over time. Everything works until it doesn't. You cannot out moisturize a routine that's causing stress to your hair. Moisture isn't gonna cancel it out. If you have to constantly reapply a moisturizer, a product just for your hair to feel better, it's not failure, but it is your hair giving you a sign. Don't go looking for another product. Really take all of the products off of your hair and really look at your hair and see what the problem is. Pay attention. You didn't fail. Your hair is your body speaking to you. And me telling you all this, I know you're probably wondering, what does hair actually need at this stage if I can't do that? Relax, okay? At this point, your hair does not need more moisture. It needs the one word that y'all love. I used to hate it, but I've learned to embrace it. Slip. Surface smoothing, reduce snagging, flexible conditioning, and most importantly, protection during all forms of manipulation. This is about how the hair shaft performs and behaves under stress, not about what the most popular product is or what product is going to fix the problem, because there isn't one. Not like that. So this is where my baby Silk Synthesis sets in. Silk Synthesis is the new name, previously known as Silk Fusion Therapy, but now Silk Synthesis is the new version of Silk Fusion Therapy. This is where something like Silk Synthesis comes in, not as this magical fix or a hair growth product that's gonna make your hair grow 800 inches in 5 minutes, but as a supportive layer that transforms your hair from the inside out. It focuses on reducing friction during your daily combing, brushing, and styling practices, especially detangling. It supports a smoother, healthier cuticle surface. We're providing flexible conditioning instead of stiffness. This is helping hair move past and through combs and brushes without resistance, snags, rips, and tears. Little to no resistance. The goal isn't softness for one day. The goal is to help the hair shaft tolerate daily stress without causing the hair shaft to break down even further if an ant walked past it and poop. That's why this is not a heavy oil or a hard protein. It's an extremely well-behaving performance layer. Let's be very clear. The system matters way more than any product ever could. No leave-in works in isolation. Hair responds in systems, not single steps. This is why Silk Synthesis works best in a pattern with really low stress levels. A low stress routine that reduces friction before washing, before shampoo, calms the scalp while simplifying manipulation, and is supporting the surface of the hair shaft at all times. Reducing friction during detangling and styling, supporting a smoother cuticle surface, The goal is not moisture and silkiness for the day. The goal is to help your hair shaft tolerate daily stress without constantly breaking and snapping. You'll be able to retain length. That's why this is not a heavy oil or really intense protein treatment, but an excellent performance layer. So no leave-in conditioner is gonna work in isolation. Your hair responds to systems, not single steps. This is why silk synthesis works best as a part of a low stress routine. It's gonna one that calms friction before washing or shampooing, one that calms the scalp while simplifying manipulation, and it also supports the hair surface constantly. So if the scalp is already overloaded, the very last thing you should do is run to another product to add to it. This is where education and resets come first. If your scalp feels irritated or overloaded, start the 7-day reset to get going. Start with the 7-day reset to calm your scalp's foundation. And once the scalp is stable, the growth cycle blueprint helps you to get in a healthy pattern and maintain and master healthy habits to keep you completely out of that loop, so you won't constantly be in the same cycle of growing your hair out, then getting excited doing styles, breaking it off. Like, you'll be done on the roller coaster. Products support this system, but they don't replace it. If your hair is feeling different or breaking, that's not failure, it's information. Are you taking notes? Before you chase hair growth, give your hair space to recover. That is where the real length of retention starts.